They unleashed an avalanche of fourth quarter points on number 13 Penn State to come away with that 44-31 win in their Big Ten East showdown. Uh, Penn
Go
State
ahead.
began Penn State began the game with back-to-back turnovers. So, but it looks like they erased it and they went into the locker room with the lead. EG, I know you were definitely watching this game close. What were your thoughts on this? How did the Ohio State do?
Here
What's
go
your
Mike
grade?
shaking his head.
What's your
So
grade on this, EG?
I had two games going at the time. The game was a lot closer than 44-31. My thing is this, man. When it comes to that offense, Ryan Day know he's a numbers guy, and I can tell that he's a numbers guy. The guy throws a lot of screens, a lot of dump offs. He keeps that percentage of CJ Stroud very high. But as I'm watching the game, I'm looking for CJ Stroud, his downfield plays, his second reads when he's going through his progression. I Sometimes it's a question mark. He took a few sacks instead of incompletions, and shout out to that defense of Ohio State because it showed up. But even though Stroud had the numbers, I still don't think it was a great game from him. Only one touchdown pass. But hey, Ohio State walked out victorious, man. That was a great defense they played against. That outside linebacker for Ohio State showed his ass. He had a great game. The guy or the edge rusher, I don't know his name, but he had a great game. He showed up, man. But I don't know. I feel like Ohio State needs to run the ball just a little more, man, to just be more dominant in those games. I think they need to hand it to Trevion Henderson a little more, Williams a little more, just to be more dominant. Because those are two great running backs. I seen Henderson get up in the open a few times and just, hey, he can burn the whole defense. He could really make that play. So I just want to see them run the ball a little more instead of just being that all passing type of thing. 33 passes is a little bit much.
Mike, what you think about Ryan Day's play calling?
Oh man, that was definitely something to have an issue of. EG has been talking about, CJ Stroud padding his stats from screens or whatever, but that has not been a part of Ohio State's offense or a staple of their offense until this week. I want to say all Ohio State fans were shocked. You did 10 screen pass that went for maybe 10 yards or no yards. Like it was ridiculous. Yes, we wanted to see more vertical pass. So my issue, and I think that the only thing that was holding Ohio State back was Ryan Day. Did Ryan Day over prepare for this game and was thinking too much? Another thing EG is right about is that running game needs to get better. I think the issue isn't. I think the issue is them starting Travion. I don't think that Travion this year is Ohio State's number one running back. I have been saying this for a very long time, even preseason. I said I think Mayan needs to be the number one running back and let Travion be that change of pace back. And the reason being is when you starting off that game and you want to and you're starting off with the running game, you want to be able to punch a team in the mouth, and that's what Mayan gives you, right? What I'm seeing is Travion going down on arm tackles. What I see from Mayan with an arm tackle is broken. It's a broken play. Like he's gone. Or if he's even gang tackle, he's still going to get you 3 to 4 yards, and that's not what Travion is doing right now, man. So yes, Ryan Day with the play calling definitely needs to get better. CJ did not struggle in this game. When your coach calls a play and you do that, that's what you do. But here's the kicker, and I'll say this. Marvin Harrison out of his own mouth came out and said that in the fourth quarter when he had that nice pass by CJ Stroud, that was not the play call. CJ Stroud went ahead and changed that play.
Nice, nice.
So to sit here and we don't think that CJ Stroud, like this guy, his progression has never been questioned. Him going through his progressions because he does it. Actually, it's been already evaluated how fast and how quick he's able to go through his progressions. I think that Ryan Day was holding CJ Stroud back. But shout out to Penn State. If anybody knows this game is always close, always comes down to the wire. Ohio State has only blown Penn State out twice. One year was in 2013 after Penn State got sanctions, and then in 2015 when was James Franklin's first year, so there was a lot of coaching turnover, but they still had those scholarship sanctions, so they didn't have a full roster. But other than that, man, I mean, CJ Stroud, he did great. Like you said, the defense, they showed up. Our offense got to capitalize more. We missed on a field goal as well, which I thought we should have had went for it. But that's you know, the coaching staff, man. I do think that Mayan Mayan was starting to run and starting to get that running game going, and then he get hurt. As
Only
Ohio
2
State
carries.
always does.
Only 2 carries for that guy. That's
man.
horrible from Ryan Day.
But it's not his fault, man. I mean, literally like his second carry, like he goes down. And what Ohio State is doing is they like, hey man, we have enough weapons, we can supplement. And what you saw is they baited Penn State. Oh, now they're looking for the screen. They're looking for the screen. Boom, it opens up the passing downfield game. And honestly, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a freak. That dude is not human. That dude is straight up elite. I do think that Ohio State, other wide receivers need to step their game up and help. But and this was a great win by Ohio State. This was a top 10 defense, top 15 matchup. I mean, they only dropped them down by 3 to number 16. So, I mean, it's still a top 25 win. You know, everybody thought that Ohio State would fold. And here's the good thing that I liked about Ohio State being down. It showed that they didn't panic and that they have the resilience. And then here's something that you didn't see from Ohio State last year. The defense giving them sparks and changing the momentum.
Andrew said 44, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about him later.
Hey, they got show. Hey, that was a crazy stat he ended with, man. Like,
yep,
he had a touchdown, like sack, fumble, interception, everything you could want. He had at that game.
Drizzy Dad says if he see that bubble screen again, hey man,
I swear. And then another thing that I do on the bubble screens, if you go and watch, like the wide receivers, like Julian Fleming was not blocking well at all. Kay Stover, he's good blocking on the line, but I don't know about him blocking in perimeter because he just let a guy shoot right past him and was just seemed too quick for him. So they definitely need to shore up that perimeter blocking game.
But one thing I can say, though, is Ryan Day believes in his athletes the way he's just giving them the ball right now to make a play. At least he believes in the athletes to make a play.
Yeah.
When they needed to make a play, it took them 3 plays. That's all they needed.
Marvin Harrison was making some plays when he caught the ball short.
Hey, and they said, speaking of Marvin Harris, they said he the next New York Giants receiver.
We don't want to see him on the Giants, man.